version of legislation that places broad restrictions on abortions. The bill bans abortions past the 20th week of gestation, requires abortion clinics to meet the minimum standards of ambulatory surgical centers, and mandates that abortion doctors have admitting privileges at hospitals within 30 miles of their clinics.
I think that is hindering female rights. Women should be able to have the choice to do what they want. If they want to go off, it's their life.
State Senator Wendy Davis, the Fort Worth filibuster, is the star of Planned Parenthood's Stand With Texas Women bus tour of the state. She was in Houston last night, joined by fellow senators Sylvia Garcia and Rodney Ellis of Houston. Opponents of the legislation have pretty much written off any hopes of defeating it in the special session and are using this tour to whip up support for candidates in next year's state elections. The Senate's Health and Human Services Committee is scheduled to vote on the Senate's version Thursday, with a vote by the full Senate on Friday at the earliest. This was the scene in the Texas House before passage of a wide-ranging abortion bill. State troopers carried this woman out by her hands and feet when she wouldn't be quiet or leave. 5 other women were sent to jail for trying to disrupt the proceedings. A similar situation happened Monday night during the Health and Human Services Committee hearing on the Senate's abortion bill. Sarah Slamen of Houston was one of 357 people to offer testimony before the committee. She used her 2 minutes to take on senators and pro-life supporters. But the committee chair, Senator Jane Nelson of Flower Mound, called in state troopers when Slamen started in on individual committee members.
And this is how big of a fraud I knew you were for being so proud of these proceedings all night. It's a low bar that you hold yourself to, that you simply allowed us to speak, and I will speak against an ophthalmologist who says everyone on the internet can see what you're doing right now.
In an email to Newsfix, Senator Nelson said she had Slamen removed because she never allowed personal attacks on senators of either party at her hearings. Nelson learned a lesson from Lieutenant Governor David Dewhurst, who let the gallery take over the Senate during the last-minute session. Fort Worth Senator Wendy Davis filibustered for nearly 11 hours, and the crowd did the rest to keep the Senate from passing the measure. Opponents should not expect Dewhurst to make the same mistake twice. Talk about mommy.